There comes a point in your life where things start to feel different. Not louder, not more chaotic, but quieter, clearer, more intentional. Sometimes you don't even realize it's happening. You don't realize you're growing, evolving, and leveling up. It doesn't always look like success externally. Sometimes it looks like stillness. Sometimes it looks like letting go. Sometimes it looks like starting over. But these moments are powerful signs that you're stepping into a new version of yourself. One of the first signs you're leveling up is that you're becoming more selective with your energy. You stop entertaining draining conversations. You stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop explaining yourself to those who misunderstand. Instead, you start protecting your peace. You value your time. You choose environments that feel good to your soul. Even if it feels unfamiliar, deep down you know it's right. You choose calm over chaos, and that's growth. Another sign you're leveling up is that you're outgrowing old habits, not because someone told you to, but because they no longer align. You start noticing the things that once comforted you now feel heavy. The distractions you used to run to don't satisfy you anymore. The patterns you used to repeat don't feel like home. You're craving better. You're craving discipline. You're craving alignment. And even if you slip sometimes, you're aware now. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. You also start feeling more comfortable being alone, not lonely, just at peace in your own company. You stop needing constant noise, constant validation, constant distraction. You start enjoying quiet mornings, slow evenings, and moments where you can hear your own thoughts. You begin to understand yourself on a deeper level. You start trusting your intuition more. You start realizing that solitude isn't empty, it's full of answers. Another sign you're leveling up is that you're no longer triggered by the things that used to bother you. The comments, the attitudes, the situations that once pulled you out of character don't have the same power anymore. You respond differently. You think before reacting. You choose peace over proving a point. You choose growth over ego. You choose understanding over anger. That emotional maturity is a major sign of leveling up because real strength is calm, not loud. You might also notice that you're letting go of people you never thought you'd distance yourself from, not out of bitterness, but out of acceptance. You start realizing that not everyone is meant to stay. Some people were lessons, some were temporary companions. Some were mirrors showing you who you no longer want to be. And instead of forcing connections, you're allowing life to naturally shift. You're choosing relationships that feel reciprocal, supportive, and genuine. You're choosing people who choose you back. Another sign you're leveling up is that you're becoming more honest with yourself. You stop lying to yourself about what you want, what you feel, and what you deserve. You stop pretending you're okay when you're not. You stop settling for almost, for potential, for maybe one day. You start acknowledging your needs. You start honoring your boundaries. You start admitting when something isn't working. And that honesty becomes the foundation for real change. You also start taking responsibility for your life, not in a self-blaming way, but in an empowering way. You stop waiting for someone to save you, fix you, or choose you. You start choosing yourself. You start making decisions that support your future, not your comfort. You start showing up for your goals, even when you don't feel like it. You start realizing that discipline is a form of self-love, and every small step you take builds momentum. Another sign you're leveling up is that you're no longer afraid of change. You stop clinging to the familiar just because it's comfortable. You stop resisting new opportunities out of fear. You start trusting that life is guiding you somewhere better. You start embracing uncertainty instead of running from it. You start understanding that growth requires discomfort, and you're willing to face it. You might also notice that your mindset is shifting. You're thinking differently. You're speaking differently. You're believing differently. You're no longer focused on what could go wrong. You're focused on what could go right. You're no longer doubting yourself. You're learning to back yourself. You're no longer shrinking. You're stepping into your potential. And even if you're not where you want to be yet, you can feel yourself getting closer. And one of the biggest signs you're leveling up is that you're starting to feel proud of yourself. Not because of external achievements, but because of internal growth. You're proud of the way you handled things. You're proud of the way you kept going. You're proud of the way you healed, even when no one saw the work you were doing. You're proud of the person you're becoming. And that pride is a sign that you're aligned with your higher self. Leveling up doesn't always look like success. Sometimes it looks like letting go. Sometimes it looks like resting. Sometimes it looks like saying no. Sometimes it looks like starting over. But every shift, every realization, every moment of clarity is guiding you toward a stronger, wiser, more grounded version of yourself. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You're not even the same person you were 6 months ago. You're evolving, and that's something to celebrate. Take a deep breath and recognize how far you've come. You're leveling up, even if you don't always see it. You're growing in ways that matter. And your next chapter is going to reflect all the work you've been doing behind the scenes. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like this video. It helps more people find content like this when they need it most. And if you're on a journey of growth, healing, and becoming your best self, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I share new videos to support you, inspire you, and remind you that you're not alone on this path. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, keep leveling up, and I'll see you in the next video.